A constructor is a method that gets called when an object is instantiated. We're looking at an image class from previous lessons, and we're instantiating the image on line 13. Let's create a constructor that gets called as this image object is instantiated. We'll do that by adding a new method with the name of double_construct to the image class. So let's do that. Public function double_construct, and we'll print just to show this is being hit from constructor h1. I'll save that, refresh the page. We can see this is being called automatically. Constructors can take arguments like any other method. A common practice is to assign properties from arguments passed into the constructor. Let's add path, width, and height as constructor arguments. We'll do that by adding path, width, and height up here. And down below where we're instantiating the object, we'll just pass in image.jpg, the width of 400, and the height of 300. And since we're passing it in as arguments to the constructor, we don't have to define them down here. Now, if I refresh the page, I'll get an error, or it's just not defined. So our image goes away. We need to handle that by assigning the properties from the values passed into the constructor within the constructor. So this path equals path, this width equals width, and this height equals height. I'll save that, refresh, and we have this PHP image back. We can get rid of from constructor, save that. And now we're back at where we started, except we only have one line to instantiate and define the required properties for the image. Now let's see how this works with inheritance. A constructor method is inherited just like any other method. I'll add the user image class from the inheritance lesson, and I'll change the image object to be instantiated off the user image object. Now if I save this, refresh, you can see the image is still there, and that's because the user image class inherited the constructor from the image class. What I'd like to do though is add the username as an argument to the constructor. So I'll override the constructor in the user image class, and we'll do that by defining the constructor, adding username as an argument, and then we can assign this username username equals username. All right, so just as it is though, just like with render, the parent method is not called by default. We need to do that, and we do that by using parent : and then the method name double_construct, and we'll pass in path, width, and height, and that makes it so we're reusing the constructor in the parent class to assign path, width, height, and then we're adding username to the property of the user image class. The last thing we need to do is pass in the username down here, Mike, and save that. I'll refresh, and now the render method of the user image class is being called, and username is assigned properly, so we're seeing the username underneath the image. I think the takeaway on the inheritance example here is that a constructor method acts the same as any other method when it is inherited or overridden. So to summarize on the lesson in general, a constructor is a method that gets called when a class is instantiated. It is defined with the reserved method name of construct. A constructor can take arguments which are passed in when the object is instantiated, and constructors can be inherited and overridden just like any other method.